wanna go eat your sweet corn? I think she's confused because the door's open. She's trying to get through. She's like, oh. Oh, Fifi. What do you like? What do you like? Come on in, Drew. How you doing? How's it going? Look at these snuggly buns. Good morning, Palin. Sorry, I sound very blur today. The reason is I'm very blur. Just, I'm feeling like I need it to be the weekend. Good morning, Minion. Good morning, Dad. How's everyone doing? Yeah, still feeling poorly. I'm not feeling too bad. I just seem to feel like worse in the morning. And then it slowly gets better through the day. But yeah, just feeling a bit. How was AEW in Cardiff? Oh, it was so good. We were talking about it last night, just saying like how glad we were that we went, because it was so good. But yeah, I was feeling like slightly bad then, but I messed up for the whole thing, so hopefully not passed it on to any of the people that sat around me. Good morning, Rob. Morning, Achencho. Good morning, Joe and Ffion. I think it is just a bit of... Well, it doesn't even feel like too bad a cold, to be honest. It's sort of getting down into the wheezy, coughing part of it. So, just waiting for your train. Oh, fingers crossed it's running on time. I made poor life choices and watched Borderlands in the cinema. Oh, no. Oh, no. How was it? I've heard not the best of things about that film. Morning, Zara. Morning, Ascenta. Good morning, Boba. Oh, is it your birthday? Oh, the hat must be somewhere. Yeah, I can do a birthday hat today. Do they have their pellets? Give on it, Dave. One of the worst films I've ever seen. Not even funny bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, I feel like, did it have a lot of production problems or something? Or like, what was it someone was saying the other day? That the scriptwriter didn't want to be associated with it anymore because they were worried how it was turning out. Good morning, lazy butt. Oh. Alex has just scrumpled a packet and the bunny's got excited. Let me get you your pellets. What did Jivo? What did Rob? It's a bizarrely good cast. Yeah, sometimes it's just like having a good cast just isn't enough to save a film. It's like having, I always think of it of like making a soup with all your favourite ingredients. Like it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a good soup. Is it a good cast? Yeah, I think it has some like, I mean it's got Kate Blanchett and she's amazing. But to be fair, I don't really know who else. Well, no, there's one lady in it. Oh, I can't think what she's called. She's in The Bear and Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I can't think what her name is. Alex?
Yeah.
What's the name of the mum in The Bear?
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, I think she's in it. She's really good. But I don't really know whoopst else is in it. Okay, buddies, let's give you your... Oh. I was wondering if Gerry was going for the hump there. Fifi was going to hump Gerry earlier. He was a little bit miffed about it. Actually, I think he was a little bit oblivious about it. Equal parts oblivious and always grumpy. Eh? Come on then, let's get you your pellets. Where are they? Oh, they're here. Okay. let's do them like here. How can I? Oh, there you go. And I can sneak out the back and get the hat. Wherever it is, I see it. Oof. Okay, here we go. I'll wait till he's a bit more settled with his pellets. Okay. Here we go. Happy birthday, Mama. I hope you have a wonderful day. There you go. It didn't fall off, at least. He just nestled it between his ears. I do hope you have a wonderful, cozy day. We watched Big recently. I don't think you're supposed to watch it as an adult. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, so many of those films and TV shows from that time, you do sort of watch with, like, a... Ooh. Like, that's a bit, of its time. But I guess, like... Yeah... I mean, I guess you can understand why people still watch things despite them, but you can also understand why some things you're just like, yeah, I'm not going to watch that again. It's like I'm slowly getting that with Morning Hang. I'm slowly getting that with Gilmore Girls. I think with every watch of it, I'm a bit like, oh, I don't know if I'll be watching this again. Because I used to do like a sort of like yearly watch, but it is always sad when you go back to watch something from your childhood. I remember having it not in a problematic way, but like in a just like a change of taste way. There was a film I watched when I was a child. I think it was called The Stupids. Like this really dumb, like children's film. Did you see my Aya redeem? Oh no, I can't see redemptions when I do phone streams. Stimkily, but an Aya. Okay, my Aya. Sorry, it's going to be a very coffee spluttery stream. My Aya for you is, I guess whilst we're on the subject of films, if you could either make if you could make any book or, I guess, game into a film, one that hasn't had one before, or one that has had one but you just think it wasn't very good, what would you go for? What would it be? And what style of film would it be as well, I guess? Because I was reading a book recently that I kept on thinking, oh, this would make a good Ghibli film. Good version of The Hobbit, please. I was thinking about The Hobbit the other day. I felt so sad because I was watching this video about Andy Serkis. And it was saying, it had a bit in it about, like, you know, directors knowing to choose when to use, like, practical effects and stuff. And it just had that shot of Gandalf, Ian McKellen, crying at the table surrounded by green screen. And it just, it breaks my heart. He just looks so sad. It's stretched into 3 films and the book is like half the length. I think it was just a pity because, like, I'd be really curious to hear. I was literally thinking about this yesterday. I don't know if like, I don't know how Peter Jackson felt about The Hobbit, because wasn't there stuff about how like they would have days where they would just turn up and they wouldn't even know what they were shooting, like the script wasn't really finished, and just I don't know, it just seems like, oh yeah, because wasn't it that it was meant to be Guillermo del Toro was directing it, and then I don't know what happened there, but it's just so like strange. What did it say? Uh, it just seems so strange, like that he could have such like a set vision for Lord of the Rings, and then The Hobbit just fell apart so much. I just don't really understand. I watched a great video about the progressive use of CGI in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I came away thinking we're lucky those films weren't made even 5 years later. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I just don't understand. As like, Peter Jackson is like, such a champion of like practical effects when you go back and watch his early films, and it just seems so strange that it went that way. Like, I wonder, I would love to know what he did at that time, or what he felt at that time when Ian McKellen got upset, because I don't really know the story behind it that well, but yeah, strange one. But also, to be fair, I I know this is probably controversial, but I read The Hobbit. I didn't enjoy it. So I mean, the films, I sort of liked being back in that world. So it was nice to just feel like back in that world a bit more, but it just didn't really have the same heart. I think that's the problem. I read The Hobbit in adulthood, and it just didn't. I don't really remember why I didn't enjoy it very much. It just didn't really grab me. I've not seen or read any Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I mean, they're not for everyone, to be fair. I am a big fan of them. Can you just have a series just set in the Shire, please? But I think the amazing thing about Lord of the Rings is like, just like how against it they were. Like, so many things went wrong, even in the build up to them being created, let alone when they were actually had started production. Like, it's mad that they ever even got made, and did get made as well as they did, considering some of the decisions that the studio wanted to make. But yeah, Fran Walsh and Peter Jackson really fought for them, which was amazing. And I am snooshy, 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 snooshy. But yeah. But yes. What was I gonna say? I forgot. Fifi, have you smushed your smushy eye? You have. It was a little bit weepy, I saw. I do want to watch all the behind the scenes stuff for Lord of the Rings. Well, there's a book, well, it's an audiobook for me, but there's an audiobook that I've been listening to that gives you a lot of information. It is really good. But I'm still only like halfway through it, so there's still a lot more to learn. But yeah, I keep hoping that they're going to show them at our local cinema. I was telling Kirsty this yesterday on Comfort Zone. It's a pity that they only show the extended versions in cinemas when they do show them. Hello, Thomas. Good morning. I would love to be able to go to the cinema and watch the theatrical cut. but they just never show them. It's always extended. But yeah, they're showing them at like the fancy cinema in Bristol, and they're showing them at the far away cinema in Bristol. And I'm like, just show them at one of the other ones. One of the conveniently placed ones. Thomas, thank you very much for the 48 months. New purple carrot. Exciting, exciting. Oh, that's a point. I wonder how far I am off having to add a new carrot. But yeah, I think the theatrical is just so much of a better edit. And we should say it's their 20th anniversary. Oh, it's past their 20th anniversary. What was it? I mean, the last one came out in 2003. I'm pretty sure Return of the King was 2003. Is the fancy cinema the one in Clifton? I guess it's Clifton? Yeah, I think it must just be Clifton. Whatever, Zyra. It's the Everyman cinema, and it's one of those cinemas where you can order like a full-on meal, and you can, you sit on like sofas, and you have someone who introduces the film and is like, "Hello, I will be your host for the evening, and if you have any problems, blah blah blah," and it's just like, just show me the film. But yeah, I just want, like, the last time I went there, what did I go to see? Oh my gosh, it can't have been that good a film because it didn't. Oh, I think it was a good film. I just don't remember what it was. All I can remember was it was about a person, but they were like short-staffed, so it was like a few scenes into the film, and they were still bringing in people's food and stuff, and it's just so distracting. Like having someone, having to walk in front of you with a plate full of hot food. And we'd just ordered popcorn, and they were like, "Oh, we'll bring it to your seat." And I'm like, "You really don't have to. I can carry it. Don't worry." Boop. So yeah. What was the film I went to see? I think it was a film about like an actress in the 50s or something. I can't remember. An actor long ago or something like that. I don't remember. It's gone. It is gone. I'm trying to think who it even had in it. I want to say it had Paul Dano in it, but I don't think it did. But yeah, it was just like I think the sort of things I would go and see at the Everyman are, I think I've said this before, things where they're naturally chaotic, so it doesn't really matter. Like if you're gonna go and watch like a quote along Princess Bride or something, where you already know the film well. Oh, Gerry, you've set off your schnuffs. Oh, Gerry boy. Beep beep boop beep boop. Oh, maybe it was the one about Spielberg. Was that the film we went to see? No, I don't think it was. I don't remember. Anyway, Alex would know, but he's gone upstairs now. Napoleon, thank you very much for the 38 months. What if it was an every bun cinema? What, where you watch a film while sat on the floor and bunnies run around and bite you because you're in their way? But yeah, I just like having you know, I mean, the cinema I go to is a really nice one. It's like a big cinema, but it's like it used to be nice going to one in Cabot Circus, but that closed, which I was surprised about. Because you would have thought that being in a shopping mall would be like prime location for cinema because people could do dinner and a movie sort of thing. But I mean, I guess the rent there must have been astronomical. Remember seeing films at the Galleria? Yeah, Galleria was always like, well, actually, I used to go more to Stevenage. Whatever that was. What was Stevenage? Is it an Odeon? Can't remember. But I think I would go to Stevenage more than I would go to Hatfield. But I had my first ever cinema birthday party at the Galleria Cinema back when it was a UCI. Wait, no, that's a... Oh no, wait, I was like, wait, isn't that the urinary thing? But no, it used to be it used to be a UCI. And they had the mascot was the little film reel with feet. And you got given like one of those, you know when kids get the little like cardboard folded things and that like it's got a slot for the popcorn and it's got a slot for the drink and I guess you get like a bag of sweets or something, I can't remember. And stuff like that. And you used to, this is the only time I've ever had one of those. But it felt so special. And I went to see Toy Story. And it was really good. And I think I do still have the badge somewhere. I think upstairs in a folder I kept the badge, which is weird because I literally have a box that is my badge collection. So you would have thought I would have put it in there, but no. This was a special badge. I keep meaning to go through my badge collection just for memory's sake. Let's see what's in there. Because I think it is all from like back when you used to have birthday parties at the Beefeater and they were like Charlie Chalk themed and you'd get a Charlie Chalk badge and stuff like that. I remember cinema birthdays. My first one was Little Mermaid with McDonald's after. I remember one of my friends having a McDonald's birthday party and she got to choose one friend to take. You got to go in the kitchen and watch the milkshakes being poured and she chose me and I felt so special. I got to go and have a milkshake in the kitchen behind the scenes of McDonald's. Good morning, pizza. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I think from like we usually just had like oh well actually one of my friends did have a cinema birthday, but it was at our local cinema and it was a double bill of I want to say Homeward Bound and Stuart Little. And we were like the only people in the cinema because it was at my little local one that I think people use a bit more now. They've sort of fancied it up, but this was back in the day. Sharples, thank you very much for 16 months. The table has disappeared. Oh, no, it's still here. It's still here. It's fine. But I think, yeah, there was like 6 of us, and then I think there were 2 other people in the cinema. And I think it was Stuart Little. It was definitely Homeward Bound. Because that was the only time I've ever seen it. But yeah. I think they've actually made our cinema into like 3 different screens now. When it used to just be the one big one in the theatre. Do you remember when cinemas had piles of posters on the way out? Oh yeah, they used to do that in Stevenage. Or they definitely did it at our local one. Because I remember going through them because they'd always be like written on on the outside of the scroll, like what it was. But I don't think I ever picked any up. What is he, Gerry? What is he? Morning, Rowdy. How you doing? I once went to see a movie in a cinema with a friend, and I was newly gluten-free, so I bought a whole chicken to dinner because the restaurant wasn't very accommodating. I just took it in the theatre and ate it. Oh my gosh. Zeroed it. That would have been terrible for me. That smell is like instant vomit. This is my problem with people having like morning nibbling. People having like full on meals in the cinema. It's like so like intrusive to everyone. Like I know some people say that popcorn has a smell, and if you don't like the smell of popcorn, then that can waft over. But I feel like it's a lot less intrusive than having cooked food in a cinema. Like people having hot dogs and stuff, I'm just like, ugh. Disgusting. Or loud food. Yeah, see, I always try and sit away from people lest my popcorn crunching be too loud. Let's be clear, only popcorn that has butter or butter-like substances smells bad. I guess that's the thing. We don't get butter popcorn in the UK. So I guess I don't know what that smells like. We just have like either salt or sweet. I think that's more. Is that just an American thing to have it covered in butter? So I don't know. I guess maybe our popcorn less stinky. Less stinky. But yeah, literally the smell of like roasting flesh, like I cannot do it. Cannot do it. I think if someone was eating that in the cinema, I would just have to up and leave. lest I vommed everywhere. But yeah. The UCI I went in had butter on the salted popcorn. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had I've definitely never experienced that in the UK. You just get salt and sweet. But yeah. I think salt and vinegar crisps should be banned from this. I guess. So, do many people take crisps into the cinema? I do find it. I mean, I feel like popcorn lends itself well to like eating without looking at what you're eating. Whereas just having full-on meals doesn't seem to lend itself so well. It is odd. People be sleeping on cinema pizza, it's delicious. No, I think I would just feel too, what's the word? I could not do it. It's strictly a popcorn only thing. I get caramel popcorn if I go to the cinema. There's a cinema in Bristol called the Watershed that only sells like bags of popcorn. And you feel so bad like rustling this bag every time. That's why, I mean, I guess it's not too bad with like the sort of paper crumply bags that you sometimes get, but the full on like crisp packet style bags, it's just too much. If I made popcorn at home, I have it with vegan butter and Nutella. Oh, that does sound good. Maybe I should give it a go. I think the idea of just having buttery popcorn seems so strange. But I guess it must make the flavour stick to the popcorn a lot more. I guess that's the logic behind it. But yeah. I have been tempted before to get a popcorn machine. I think it would be very dangerous for me to get, but I have been tempted. Gerry, now you've fluffed. Can I smooth out your blanket a bit more? Now you've scrumpled it all up. There you go. Good morning, cat, by the way. I hope you're doing good. I'm so sorry that I'm so like, I'm in the proper like, for stage of the cold. The good old coughing up lumps. The productive side of things. Nooch is nutritional yeast. It sort of looks a bit like those little fish food flakes you used to get. I don't know if people still feed their fish those, but it's really nice. It's sort of cheesy. And I swear in like my recipe videos that I did throughout January, pretty much every single one had nooch in it, and people were just like, "What is this nooch?" I was so tempted to just do like a fake recipe that was just every other ingredient was just more nooch. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's just so easy to add into everything and anything, really. But yeah, it is tasty. Cheesy fish flakes, yes. Oh geez, croquettes. Yeah, there's a place in Bristol that does these pumpkin croquettes that are some of the nicest things I've ever eaten. Jeez, I could just live off pumpkin croquette. They're beautiful. Definitely looks like fish food. I was so off put when I first went vegan, but it's delicious. Yeah, it's just like, I bought a tub of it and was just like, what do I do with this? And it turns out you do everything with it. It's just added into everything. It's so tasty. I'm putting a popcorn machine on the throne and no, the throne is only for Gerry's birthday. Gerry, you're so scrumpled in there. Look at your little tail. He's just so squished. These buns would love some popcorn. I've tried giving not popcorn, pumpkin. Oh my gosh, I'm so popcorn brained. I've tried giving them pumpkin before, but they weren't interested. It was back when we had Squeak and Belly, and I wanted to do like a little cute Halloween video of like everyone trying pumpkin, and Belly really liked it mashed up with her with her little food. She used to, oh no, I think I mashed it up with some banana. For those of you who didn't know Belly at the time, she was a little crested gecko, and so I mashed it up with her for her, and then I with Squeak I gave her some little pumpkin seeds that she loved. I think I gave her a little bit of the pumpkin flesh as well, and she did like that. And then the bunnies, I was like, I just put the whole pumpkin in front of them, and they were just like, no. We want nothing to do with this. They gave it like a little sniff, and then they were just like, what the heck, no. So yeah. But I guess, like, I don't know how, I guess because it was a carving pumpkin, maybe it wouldn't have been particularly tasty anyway. Whereas I guess morning owls, I guess if you get the, I mean, do we even get like the proper pumpkins in the UK? Ones that actually, are full of stuff rather than our ones, or squash, I guess. Because the ones you see in supermarkets tend to just be Purely aesthetic. I have a friend who grows theirs in their garden. Oh, that's nice. Gerry, you keep on eating the carpet. Gerry, can I have that? Oh, I think you dropped it already. Wait, did you? Yeah. Little pickle. Poor Alex has hurt his foot and he keeps on putting like ice packs on it every few hours. And every time he does, the bunnies hear it rustling. They like rush over to try and eat some of it. And he's just like, no, I don't have any treats for you. It's literally just an ice bag or like a bag of peas. Fifi was getting very excited about it earlier. Trying to steal some frozen sweet corn out of the bag. In the US, carving and eating pumpkins is the same thing. I feel like I know that there was like a warning on the pumpkins that we got for the crafting stream for Halloween that basically said like, do not eat any of this. Or was it just don't eat the seeds? I can't remember what it was. One of my chinchillas is like that. Any Russell when she thinks we're getting the treats out, yeah. Fifi is exactly like that. Just generally just any movement. She assumes it's that you're going to get her food. I'm pretty sure it was just the seeds. It said like, don't eat the seeds, which is a pity because I love roasting the seeds. Pumpkin seeds are so delicious. I mean, I did it with our pumpkin anyway. I like scooped out all the seeds and roasted them, but I don't know if I was meant to. But we went to, for the first time, we went to a like a proper pumpkin patch style thing. There's one, I don't know if it's in Bristol or just outside of Bristol. I guess I think it must be Avonmead actually, so I guess it is, but it's it's quite funny because there's like half of this massive park. I've never seen it in the daytime, I don't think, but half of it is like a big sort of cute pumpkin patch and like fairground style thing, and then the other half is one of those scare parks. So when you drive in, there's a big sign, there's like 2 arrows, and one says pumpkins and faces to the right, and one faces to the left and just says fear, because the park is called Fear Park. And it's just like, oh, what mood am I in today? Do I want pumpkins or fear? And I think this year, one of my friends, for her, well, it's like a joint hen stag do, have been talking about going to the fear side of things. And I've never been. I'm genuinely so worried that if someone jumped out at me, I would punch them, and I wouldn't mean to because I know that they're just actors doing their job. But it's such like a gut instinct to start flailing. And I'm like, I don't want to hurt this poor person who's just having spooky fun. So maybe I'll just have to like walk around it with my hands in my pockets. But yeah, Halloween isn't as much as a thing here, which is a shame because I love spooky month. It never used to be for, like, when I was growing up, my parents were like very against Halloween. They were just like, it's just very Americanized, and I was never allowed to do anything for it. And then I made a friend whose birthday was Halloween, and it was like a loophole because I was allowed to go around hers for her birthday. And then we would do Halloween things. But yeah, it wasn't really until I moved to Bristol that I started. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I did once get dressed up and go to like a Halloween rave in Camden. I dressed up as a mummy and went down to Camden for Halloween one year. But other than that, I think it wasn't really until I moved to Bristol and they started doing like uh office parties for Halloween, like going out to Slug and Lettuce or something. Um, and then yeah, that's when I got big into it. I think it's mostly that I just like uh making costumes. That's the biggest thing of all for me is I just like making goofy costumes more than because I'm not like a horror person. I am too scared to play horror games or watch horror films. So it genuinely is just about getting dressed up. Teehee. Went to Glasgow for one Halloween. Plenty of costume contests at the pubs. Yeah, I would like to. I'd like there to be more people who properly dress up in the office. To be honest, my parents only let me dress up as a cat for brownies Halloween parties. Never allowed to be a witch, ghost, or mummy. Oh no! I remember there being like a lot of cat costumes when my friend, because it was in primary school, so we would get dressed up to go around to hers for her birthday, and so yeah, I can understand it. Uh, I love horror movies, but I hate Halloween. Go figure. Oh, so together we make one perfect Halloween person. um. Did you dress as some horror bunny from Dead by Daylight once? I did, yeah. I dressed as the Huntress from Dead by Daylight because Twonk printed me the mask, which was very kind. Oh my gosh! Sometimes I breathe in and I just hear how wheezy I am. I've been trying to decide what costume I want to do this year. Because I'm stuck between two costumes. But the problem is, like, I always want to do like a Halloween craft stream in the office, and I always hope that everyone's gonna get dressed up. And then last year, I spent so long making that mushroom costume, and then oh, it looks like there's a bunny in this. Look, there's the eyes, there's the little nose. What was I saying? The yeah, it just didn't. No one else really dressed up. I think Sophie dressed up, but no one else really did. Sarah was ill or away. Sarah wasn't doing it for some reason that year. But maybe this year, maybe she would dressed up. Maybe she would dressed up. I get better at speaking every day. But yeah, I do need to choose which costume I'm gonna do. I do still have some time. But yes. But yes. I'm really bursting for a wee. I can't stop wriggling. Maybe I will. I'm scared if I move that the bunnies will get up. Good morning, Sir Ulfik. I wonder if I could get away with it if I move quick enough. Or maybe I could just put the phone. Oh no, then all you can see is Blanky. What if I sneak in here and put Gerry in charge for a little bit? Okay, I will be so quick and then I will come back and they can have their treat. But Gerry and Fifi, you're both in charge. No humping. Thank you. Fifi's first, stay there. Yummy. Hello. Were they good? Did they behave? I've got that thing where, you know, when you have a cold and then you sort of like, your mouth is a little bit cavey when you wake up. I'm so good with sharing too much information. And so then you just wake up and you drink a lot. And then obviously I get to this time and I'm just like, oh. But yeah, it's not been too bad. I just am still a little bit bunged up. But yes. I have bad news. In that I did have a banana for the bunnies, and I went to cut them their slices this morning for the traditional Friday banana, and it was so mushy. I was like, I cannot give the bunnies this. So for their treat today, they have backup dried banana. So they are still getting banana, it's just in the crunchy version rather than a smushy version. And annoyingly, oh, good yawn, Gerry. I went to the shop yesterday and I was like, oh, should I get a banana? And then I was like, no, I've got banana at home. I literally did the I've got blah 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 at home. And it turned out it was mushy beyond all comprehension. So sadly, banana chips today. Classic mum move, I know. I think it's the last of their banana chips. I don't remember buying them. I think that maybe they were given free in a thing. Speaking of which, you're going to hear me saying this so many times, but I do need to remind myself. I need to order presents for the bunnies. For Fifi's gotcha day and for Gerry's birthday. I need to order them some goodies. I think for Fifi's gotcha day, I'm going to make her a new dig box. And I think for Gerry's birthday, maybe I'll splash out and get one of those fancy cardboard mazes and some new blankets. And I will get them both a cake as well. But I don't know, I don't want to get them too much food stuff just because of all the... Do you know, I've still not had the results of their blood test. I think I'll call up the vet after this and see if I can figure out what is going on. Because, oh yeah, I guess it'll be a week today? Yeah, a week today. I can't remember how long they usually take. But yeah. Because I'm watching them both like a hawk at the moment to see what their wees are doing. I was even thinking about maybe getting some of those like, morning Matara. You know, you get those like puppy pads to try and like be able to isolate their wees a bit more. But, oh, look at I spent so long researching if you could get biodegradable ones, and there are some that are so sneaky with their wording because they'll be like, you know, plant-based materials, and then I'll look into it and it'll be like, but the lining is like the actual bottom lining itself is still plastic, and I'm just like, oh. So I'm trying to think of what's a more environmental alternative. Gerry, what have you got in your mouth? I don't know what he did then. He tickled himself somehow. Look at him. What a baby boy. Oil is made from coal. It's plant-based if you think about it. True. I was just looking for the word biodegradable, and sometimes they would have it on, and then it would just, in small print, it would be like 80% of materials are, and then it would be like biodegradable. And I'm just like, well, what about that 20%, eh? But yeah, oh, good smooth, Gerry. So I guess I might just have to go for the old-fashioned newspaper route. But it just doesn't particularly serve the job as well. Do the purpose. Hello. Oh, okay, bunnies. Do you want your banana chips? I know we're not the same. Oh, jeez, Fifi almost bit my fingy off. There you go. Okay. I like that she hadn't even finished hers and already she was checking Gerry's mouth to see if she could steal his. Oh, Fifi. What have you got in your eye? This is the wonders of Rex guardianship is constantly, what do you have in your... So, for what it looks like, basically if bunnies get stuff in their eye, you're meant to get the top lid and push it down, and that pushes it down onto the lower bit. So there you go, that squished it out. I just realised, to people who aren't bunny owners, it looks like I'm just poking her in the eye. There was logic to my prodding. But yeah, because it's probably too dark to see. Can I show the difference? Doesn't really want to focus on his eye. But Gerry has beautiful eyelashes. But I don't think the camera's picking them up. Whereas Fifi, being a Rex, you can see all him whiskers. Whereas for her, she's there's just not really any eyelashes, not really any whiskers, because Rexes don't really get them. I guess the same as Rex rats and stuff. So yeah, she does tend to get a lot of sleep in her eye and just a lot of random goop and gunk. And she hates me prodding her eyes as well, so every time I try to get stuff out, she's just like, Mom, stop. Bless her. I know. You're very unimpressed, aren't you? Just sighing at me. I won't do it again, it's gone now. I'll have to do it tomorrow. It's part of our everyday routine. I think Fifi must be the closest bunny to chinchilla feeling. I think Rexes have Fifi is super soft, but I know that chinchillas are just so soft you barely even feel like you're holding them. But I think she's the closest I've ever felt to their floof. Just little soot sprites they are. Tea. But she's got that sort of denser, velvety coat. Whereas Gerry's just a floofy boy. But yeah, I love chinchillas. You get chinchilla bunnies, actually. I was confused once because I went to this rescue and they were saying oh, this bunny bonded with two chinchillas. I was just like, wait, what? That can't be right. But they're just tiny little round grey bunnies. And there was basically like this really angry, like grumpy lady bunny, and they couldn't get her to bond with anyone. And then they tried her with these two little boy chinchilla bunnies. They were like half her size. And that worked out because it was like they could share the load. They weren't constantly being told off because they could get like tag each other in sort of thing. Chinchillas are insanely soft. I've had chins for over 26 years and I still kind of pick them up and go, how are you so soft? Yeah. It's like there are times when I was working at the vet that we would get like quite a soft dog in, and people would be like, oh, is this dog like as soft as your bunnies? And I'd be like, yeah, I guess so. And then I would get home and stroke the bunnies and be like, oh, no, they are so much softer. You just sort of forget. But they're high maintenance woman. Oh my gosh, yeah. I've known some very high maintenance bunny ladies. There's this beautiful bunny called Bella, who my friend has had for so long now. And she has been like, she first got to know her because, no wait, I can't remember how she got her in the first place, but she basically fosters for a local rescue. And then Bella got bonded to this boy, and she was bonded to the boy and didn't really like the human, guardian. And then the boy died, but basically the person didn't realize, I guess they hadn't been in this situation before. But with bunnies, you have to do the thing of like, you take them together to the vet every time. And this lady didn't do it. She just took this boy away when it was his time to be sort of put to sleep. And then in Bella's head, she was like, you stole my husband. And he never came back. So she just started like attacking this woman every time she came in. And so she was like, okay, I think I have to give her up. She genuinely just hates me. She doesn't understand. So then she went with my friend for a while. She met Gerry very briefly. But I think Gerry was terrified. This was before Fifi came along. And then she bonded with like a big boy, but he died. And now she's bonded to another giant bunny. I think it's just giant bunnies who... She's like a white lion head that's smaller than Gerry, but she's like... she's so big and angry in personality. But she's like looking very old now, bless her. Bless her. The vet was saying that Gerry does not look his age at all, which I'm very glad for. Because there's a pattern here. Did they all have life insurance with her name on it? Or is she like the feather boa widow of the bunny world? I swear, darling, he fell down the stairs. But in bunny form. Oh dear. Maybe. Well, I guess it is time for me to run away. Tempted to have a little snack. I'm meant to be recording something with Kirsty, but I'm hungry. You really can't tell if you're hungry or ill. I guess poco no los dos. But maybe I will have a little snack. But yeah, Rob, are you good to do a raid somewhere? And also, if Arnhall asks, you can technically say the bunnies did have banana. So no one has to lie. No one has to tell the whole truth either. It's just the Y/N. Did the bunnies get that banana? Yes. Fisty literally just went like, we can go to Fisty. That is good. But yeah, no Rythian today because he's taking a week off, which I fully endorse. So it's just Kirsty and I. I think we're gonna play some Time to Mop and then maybe a bit of Plate Up. We're gonna try the updates for both. Oh my gosh! Before I don't know if I have time to say this, but I played a game last night and I got addicted, and I've not been addicted to a game for so long, and I couldn't believe it. I had that Harvest Moon feeling from back in the day, and I was like, oh, this dangerous. But yes, it was that Go-Go Town game that we tried in Tiny Teams. It's so good, so good. Anyway, everyone, look after yourselves, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. If you don't see the stream later, then have wonderful weekends as well. And yeah. But yeah, be good. Bye-bye for now. Oh, sorry, Gerry. Bye-bye. I just tickled his foot. I'm sorry. Oh, grumpy boy. I'm sorry, baby boy. Oh, no. Bye-bye. Dear oh dear. Please do forgive. Baby? Bless him. You're staying? Oh no. Okay, buddies, round 2. Bye bye. Boop.